like it's going to be kind of a downer on the heels of the songs of camp, but I'll share it anyways. So, we're going to talk about flipping tables today. So there is a line that is in Scripture that is really hard for me to read, and for me, I think it's the most painful line in the entire Bible, and that is, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. So Jesus said that while dying and being crushed under injustice. And I feel like what he cried out, that just really cuts deep. Because I can't always imagine loving that way and forgiving that way. Not when they should have known what they were doing and they did it anyways. It's hard to understand or comprehend that level of forgiveness and love. It just doesn't seem human. For a human being on this earth, it's really hard to understand Jesus in that moment. So when I read about Jesus flipping tables in the temple and not shaming himself for it, not apologizing for it, just letting that righteous anger move through him, protecting the sacred, that's the moment that I can exhale. Because that Jesus, I understand that Jesus. I have met him in myself. Jesus flipped the tables in that temple because people were exploiting the sacred space, taking advantage of other people, turning a place of worship into a place of business. And so we can carry that same metaphor forward. 1 Corinthians 6:19. You are a temple. Your mind, your body, your spirit. And sometimes, without realizing it, other people, old patterns, inner critics, can set up tables inside of us. So in my line of work, I sit with anger every week. People who've been told that anger is not spiritual. Anger is not appropriate. And for women, it's not ladylike. People tuck it away, turn it inward into silence or shame. And sometimes it's my anger that arises in session. Not toward the client, but toward the systems and the abusers, the betrayals that never should have happened. And from a nervous system lens, anger is actually protective. It protects us from actually feeling wounded, hurt, sad, scared. And yet, we live in a culture that still jokes about anger, and we're rarely taught how to listen to it. You may remember a film with Adam Sandler called Anger Management, where they turn rage into a joke. And you know, there's that one scene where the group is forced to sing, I feel pretty, oh so pretty, which is actually meant to suppress the emotion rather than deal with it honestly. And so beneath that laughter shows what many of us have actually experienced, which is being taught to smile over our anger and not get to the root of it. But from a theological lens, Jesus had it too. He made room for both grief and fury. And he never lost his holiness in the process. Ephesians 4:26 tells us, be angry and do not sin. Anger is not a sin. It's a valid human emotion and even a sacred one at times. And what matters is not whether you feel the anger, but what you do with it. So in conclusion, healthy anger can protect, clarify, and even heal. And unprocessed anger can harm, disconnect, or consume. And your task isn't to suppress it, but to steward it. Sometimes the most Christ-like thing that you can do is go inward and flip a few tables